Back in 2020, Money Magazine ranked Evans, Georgia as the best place to live in America. But is it still the best place to live today? I'm Jerry Treml, and I'm a local realtor here in Augusta, Georgia. I personally live in Evans, and I'm going to share with you today 5 reasons why Evans is still a great place to live and why you should consider moving to Evans, Georgia. If you have any other real estate related questions or want to get to know the area at all, feel free to contact me with the contact information below, or you can book an appointment to have a consultation and we can talk about what your options are as a buyer or seller in this market. Before we get into it, let me know, what is the most important thing for you when you're considering a community or a city that you want to live in? Drop a comment down below. I'd love to hear what you really find most important when you're looking for a home. As you can probably tell from the view of southern Wisconsin up here to my left, I'm not originally from Georgia. And what really brought me to the Evans area was my military career. I PCS'd into Fort Gordon, or now known as Fort Eisenhower, 2 separate times in my military career. And really, I fell in love with the area. I met my wife here, I started my family, and what drew us to Evans was the school districts. Columbia County has some of the top ranked schools in the state of Georgia, according to niche.com. And I've found that to be the case as well. Really are competitive throughout the entire nation. So if you're looking to get some top-notch education, Evans is definitely towards the top of your list in this area. That's not to say there's not good schools in Augusta or private school options, because there absolutely are. But that was what drew my family specifically to Evans. Don't just take my opinion, do your research. Both greatschools.org and niche.com have Columbia County ranked really high. So that's a big reason why people like to come here. Another big factor that draws a lot of people to Evans is the fact that the economy is continuing to expand. There's a lot of development going on, whether it's new housing developments in the area or expanding the downtown area, where they're continuing to build up the new Evans downtown, right there by Evans Town Center Park, where you've got premier luxury apartments that are going up. So there's a lot of investment still in the area. That was a big reason that in 2020, Money Magazine chose Evans as the #1 place to live in America. And it's continued to grow. COVID didn't really slow it down. It maintained a really low unemployment rate throughout that time. And then with how close we are to Augusta, there are a bunch of options in technology, healthcare, administration, all of that in the Augusta area. And that's a nice little 10 to 15 minute commute, depending on where you're going, for those kind of jobs. I mean, in fact, we're actually looking to expand more on the healthcare side of things, because Atlanta-based company Wellstar actually acquired the Augusta University Medical Center, and they're planning to actually build a Columbia County hospital in the Grovetown area, expected to open sometime between 2025 and 2026. So there's still more growth coming to this area. So that's really a big benefit for people that are looking to uproot their lives and move someplace where they can prosper, but then also benefit from the great amenities in the area. And we'll get into that a little bit here shortly. I mentioned healthcare a little bit. Some of the best healthcare in the state of Georgia is here in the Evans area, and really the Augusta area as a whole. We've got a 950 to 1 patient to doctor ratio, which has traditionally been about 400 patients fewer per doctor than the national average. And for Georgia as a whole, it's about 600 fewer. So you're not going to be waiting too long to receive the medical care that you need, and you can really prosper at whatever stage of your life you're at. But let's get down to the things that you really want to know about with the Evans area, and that's going to be the recreation and what the lifestyle is like. If you like the outdoors, you're going to love Evans, because there's so many great parks, serene lakes, walking trails. Like, really get into the parks a little bit. Evans Town Center Park always has something going on. It's got a great, huge playground for the kids to play on. Nice big walking path around the park if you just want to, kind of leisurely walk through the park, or, go over to Patriots Park and you've got every sport you can think of out there, from, soccer to baseball. All of the rec sports are going to happen out there at Patriots Park. Another great running trail around there in by the Bartram Trail community as well. And then Bartram Trail also has a golf course, which a number of communities end up being close to golf courses, and there are some great ones in the area. Obviously, everybody knows Augusta National, where the Masters is held, right there in Augusta. But here in Evans, we actually have the championship course, which is where the LPGA, they end up playing the first couple rounds of their Masters at that course there. There's some great opportunities to get outside and really enjoy life. I mean, if you're into a little bit more extreme side of things, or just really want to actually rough it out there, you can go out and go kayaking on the Savannah River. I mean, there's rapids that you can go in at the Savannah River Rapids. Or if you want to go on a nature walk or a hike, you can go over to the Forks area trail system, or FATS as they call it, just across the river in Clarks Hill, South Carolina. And in Clarks Hill, there's actually Clarks Hill Lake, which is another great opportunity to get outside and spend some time by the water. So a bunch of great opportunities if you like outdoor living. And really, that's one of the best things about the South, is to enjoy that indoor-outdoor lifestyle. And another great thing about the South is just how close-knit the community is. And that's the last point that I'll make here, is the culture and the community here at Evans. I mean, it's very tight-knit. It's got a rich cultural background, and the calendar is full of social events, whether that's live music in the park at Evans Town Center, at Lady Antebellum Amphitheater, or the Evans Market that they have right there in that same area, or any number of the events that are on the calendar throughout the year. Every month there's at least something going on at Evans Town Center Park. You got skating in the winter, you've got Thunder Over Evans, which is a big fireworks show in May. All the major holidays have something going on, and you won't want to miss it. But those are great opportunities to get to know your neighbors and interact with each other, and really create some great memories for you and your family in this community that you're living in. So there you have it, folks. That is just 5 of the many reasons you might want to move to the Evans area. And if you do find yourself wanting to know more about Evans or Augusta or anywhere in the Fort Eisenhower community, let me know. I would love to help you, answer those questions. You can either leave them in the comments or in the description. I've got all my contact information. Feel free to reach out there. I would love to help you on your real estate journey, and I will see you in the next video.